open letter to my fellow patriots and Christians. Hey, Patriot, we are good Americans. We were raised on the idea that liberty is sacred, that freedom of speech is a right worth dying for, that loyalty to our country means standing up to tyranny, even when it's wrapped in a flag and preaching from our pulpits. We are good Christians. We remember Christ not as a judge, but as a healer, a man who walked with the poor, welcomed the outcast, and showed mercy to sinners. When the empire crucified him, it wasn't because he was violent. It was because he threatened their power by preaching truth and compassion. So I ask you, why does the current administration sound more like the Romans who murdered our Savior than like Christ himself? I had a dream. Where Christian America flourished. The radical left was defeated and the terrorist threat was wiped away, and I breathed a sigh of patriotic relief. But then, I heard shouting. My neighbor Earl, a war veteran who lost both legs defending our freedom, was being dragged from his home. You see, Earl is a proud man. He suffered. He sacrificed. And even though he's disabled and poor, he's never lost hope in this great country. So why is I see at his door? Why is a man who gave everything now being treated like an enemy of the state? Then I woke up and I realized a hateful regime will always need someone to hate. First the immigrants, then the liberals, then the dissidents, and when they run out of scapegoats, they'll come for us. The poor, the disabled, the weary, the ones who still dare to stand for righteousness. I've realized they don't care who you voted for. They care whether you submit. They're not done yet. The signs are here. The Department of Justice deleted a report that showed most political violence in the U.S. comes from the extreme right. This is book burning of the digital age. TV hosts, journalists, even FBI agents have been fired or silenced for speaking out. One TV network I used to trust recently heard voices suggesting the homeless should be put down like animals. This isn't liberty, and it certainly isn't Christian. This is the architecture of authoritarianism, hiding behind patriotism, powered by fear. And what about the Epstein scandal? You were right to be furious. You were right to demand answers. We all saw it for what it was, a nest of unchecked power, abuse, and silence. So why, when people ask who protected him, do the powerful act like children with chocolate on their face, swearing the dog ate the cake? This is not conspiracy, it's corruption, and they are betting on us being too divided to notice, or more likely, they're turning up the heat just as the truth begins to surface. The real patriots aren't in power. I believe in you, fellow American. You're not extreme. You're exhausted. You want to protect your family, your faith, your freedom. But I'm asking you to consider something painful. What if the people we trusted to defend us are the ones tearing this country apart from the inside? Time to unite. We must stand not as Republicans or Democrats, but as Americans, as patriots, as Christians, not against each other, but against those who've turned our flag into a weapon and our faith into a slogan. Your neighbors who shout at you, they don't hate America. They love it, just like you. That's why they cry. That's why they resist, because they've seen what's coming, and deep down, so have you. Let us be the United States again. Let us remember who we are, a nation born in rebellion against tyranny, a people called to truth, not obedience, a church built on compassion, not control. They said love it or leave it, but I love it enough to stand up for it. This is a call for truth. We don't need violence. We need vision. Real patriots protect the country, especially when it means questioning the people in charge. God before government, patriot before party, truth before tribe. They call on us to fight. But right now, the most powerful fight we can wage is the fight against our own pride, against our own stubbornness, against the political reflex that says, I already know who the enemy is. Lay down your arms. Look your opponent in the eye and shake their hand, because they are Americans. They are patriots. They are good Christians, just like you and me, and this is the way which we defeat the real enemy. Let us unite these states, for God and for country.